Hey guys, FMS26 here, and welcome back to AOR. And it's been a while because we've had 2 weeks off actually, due to real life Grand Prix around Mexico and USA. But we're back now for round 3 of the season around Azerbaijan at the Baku City Circuit, obviously a street circuit, and we're hoping to finish, but chances are quite low. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, the situation was I went away to Switzerland for the weekend, landed back in the UK about 6 and got home just in time for the race at 8. Normally I wouldn't race, but obviously I'm coordinator, so we're jumping in with no practice really. I did a few laps on Thursday. And as you can see by that interesting gear selection through turn 2, not a lot of skill at the game, and yeah, I wasn't feeling great either, so excuses already coming out for what is about to occur in this race. But yeah, we're just thinking, yeah, we'll drive around at the back, we'll finish as we slide through turn 3 as well. At this point I thought about backing out on the lap, because I thought, what even was the first 3 corners? Let's back out and start again, but I decided to continue it on the chances that I bottled the next lap even further, so I'd rather be with a lap than no lap. Although as you can see at the top left, I do currently have a lap on the board. It's just not a very good one as we come through the car, so I've actually done that reasonably well. I managed to avoid putting it in the wall, which is always positive, as we've got a bit of oversteer on next. So yeah, the tyres just weren't really warmed up, to be honest. I should have put the ERS down into low at the end of the first sector and gone for another lap, but with hindsight that would have been the better option, but it doesn't really matter. We've gone with this one, and hopefully it will get us a semi-decent time on the board. As you can see, we're down on our lap, but that was an ultra soft lap which we backed out on as usual, qualifying on the middle compound tyre because it allows you to do the one stop. The ultra soft is a viable strategy, but the ultra softs are horrendous, a bit like Australia, except probably to a worse extent around here. As you can see, coming across the line now, it's not a very good lap. It's a 38.4, about half a second at least, if not more, a lot more really. It is 37.7 on Thursday in that session that I did, but yeah, it's not gone well. We're 14th. Amaze was the only person to go on ultras, I think. No, that's a lie. Codfield and the Giant did as well, as did Jack, I think. Aaron Dazzler putting it in 4th on the supers, as now I can't see the rest because I've scrolled down. I can't remember who's in 6th. Jack is in 5th. Streak in 6th. Zebra in 7th. Jack actually went on the supers, it was Streak who went on the ultras. But yeah, if you want to look at the full results, pause it. But obviously we get 3 choices tyres outside the top 10. We're still going to start on the supers, just a fresh set as opposed to a slightly worn set, and just see how it goes really. One stop easy, super soft. We can come in whenever we want pretty much. The softs are a pretty good tyre once again. But yeah, just preparing ourselves here for the lights, which we have now. It's 2 lights, now we have 3, 4 lights, and it's 5. And it's lights out, and away we go for Baku here in AOR. We've got a bit of wheel spin on the second phase of the start, which has allowed Minty to have a look up the inside, but Teeks very cautious into turn 1. We've gone right around the outside of him, up into 13th already, as there's a car off in the wall there. That was Streak in the Red Bull, which moves us up into P12, as we now have a look around the outside of Stewie into turn 2. So we're up 2 places already. Good start. Streaks retired from the session, which he probably shouldn't have, but we'll get over it as we're having a look on the back of Stewie already, as he goes to have a look up the inside of Visualize. We brake too late there, in too deep. We've missed the corner. We're going to have to get it spun around there, which we've done very well actually. We'll rejoin in 18th there, but yeah, just decided to take the safe option and throw up the escape road as opposed to knocking my wing off on the first lap. We managed to spin it around without losing too much time, as you can see here. Having a look around the outside of Stewie, we were quite optimistic on the brakes and got on the curb as well, which didn't help. I also put it down into neutral, which enhanced the understeer. At this point I decided just to chuck it round, as you can see, getting very close to the wall, dabbing on the brakes to make sure we didn't hit it. And probably the best bit of driving you'll see from me in this video in terms of actual skill. But yeah, end of the lap we've caught up to Dylan, who's moved up from F6 to replace Lama in a direct swap in the McLaren this week. He was very quick in F6, but he's made a bit of a mistake coming into the last corner there, so we're going to have a look alongside. Hopefully he'll back out, and we're ahead of him. We've used overtake there, but as you can see, a bit of instability on the rear of the car. They're having to lift off through the second flat right there, as Amaze still leads on his ultra softs. And and we're now in the slipstream with Peanut, who by the looks of things is actually heading into the pits, so that'll be a free position with us. Aaron Dazzler also in the pits. I don't know what's happened to him. He's caught up in something, and we're up into 14th. So we finished the lap where we started in 14th, but it was very eventful with a bit of a spin. End of lap 2, we've actually set the fastest lap because we're a beast apparently, he says whilst running around in 14th, but we're behind Minty, who we've caught up to now, and there's a bit of a train starting to form at the bottom end of the top 10. Pretty much everyone's on the super softs. Streak was one of the ultra soft runners, he's out, and it's Amazed and a few other people at the front who will be trying to stretch their ultras till lap 6 or 7 to try and get the supers on, as we run a bit deep into 10.3 there, which has dropped us off the back of Minty here, but not to worry really, we are as quick as these guys, and if not a little bit quicker, so just hoping to keep our nose clean and carve our way through the field via either strategy or overtakes on the big straight, as Minty's taking an interesting line into the double right-hander here, which we managed to get hooked up nicely, and as you can see there's a green flag, which means something's happened, and it's a yellow flag here, and as you can see there's the Ferrari of the Giant off the track there with a missing front tyre of some sort. I'm not sure what he's done, he's clearly clipped the wall somewhere, and that's his race over, and that moves us up into P13 here. So this is what I'm thinking, if people just drop out the race, we're in a good chance of getting some solid points. Obviously we are on the preferential strategy, and also crucially ahead of Aaron Dazzler, who we are racing really, to be honest, because he has to make another stop. So in terms of the championship, although it's not looking likely for us given Aaron's won the first 2 races convincingly and I'm chilling like 22 points behind, but we'll give it our best shot anyway. Minty, we've got the DRS now, overtake ERS as well. He's chilling pretty much. I don't think he's using all the ERS that he could be, because we've been able to pull alongside very easily and have a look around the outside there. We've run it in a bit deep, a bit of oversteer on exit, but we have got the move done. Is he going to hold it on the inside of turn 2? Hopefully not, and no, he backs out nicely. Thank you Minty for that one, and that moves us up into P12 here, which is very nice to see. Skipping to the end of the next lap, we're in the slipstream of Teak, who we originally passed into turn 1, and we're going to have a look once again, and he's also clearly not using all the modes available to him, because we're able to pull alongside and ahead nice and easily as we slow the car down sort of for turn 1, running quite deep there, cut off his line, and that moves us up into P10 because Amaze was in the pits on that lap. So we're in the points, which is good news obviously, and we'll be hoping to progress further. Our pace is looking actually pretty solid. I've got in the rhythm now, and we'll be hoping to maybe finish in the points if we can keep it together at this point. But I was just happy to be racing and be competitive. I was quite worried about what was going to happen in this one, given my lack of relative practice and also the fact that I wasn't feeling great. But it's looking pretty good at the moment, just chilling on the pace. I'm not expecting to win, but obviously not expecting a podium even, but any points will be nice. As you can see ahead, they're going side by side into the castle section, which is crazy. Codfield and someone, as Codfield's getting out of the way here, he's on the ultras. I'm guessing they've died, which moves us up into P9 there, so that's 2 points as opposed to 1. We've also got a bit of a gap to Teak now, because Codfield blocked him on the exit of the corner. So that's good news. We can focus our minds on Jack RT and Midget ahead as opposed to Teak behind, and maybe look about getting involved in the battle for what would be 7th on road. Maybe a few more people come into the pits this lap, I don't know. Although I think actually all the ultra soft runners are out or have pitted, so maybe no one else coming into the pits, I'm not certain. But as you can see, Midget is having a look at Jack RT on the straight. We're a bit too far back to do anything, to be honest, so we're just going to sit behind and hope these two crash or something, which is possible but probably not going to happen as we head down towards turn 1 now. Midget has a look up the inside as they run nicely side by side, and Midget looks like he's going to get the move done, but Jack's squeezing him as they head towards turn 2. Midget's still holding it on the inside as there's a bit of contact as they go into the wall, and we've got a much better exit than both of them. We're going to have a look up the inside here. There's not really space. We're going to have to back up, but we're still putting our car there, and that's race over. 100% my fault. I'll hold my hands up as usual and take the blame. Poor car positioning for myself there, which is becoming something that I really do need to sort out. I'm ruining my races on too many occasions recently. But yeah, that's a DNF from us. We were kind of unlucky at the way that we bounced off his car. The wall was sort of sticking out there, but It was inevitable given where I was putting my car. These things happen. Results on screen if I've been bothered to find them. Toro Rosso 1-2 once again, Jack in third, standard stuff. However, due to being too quick, Aaron has now been moved up, so that opens this championship up. Stewie's winning ahead of Jack. I might be in third, I don't know. I haven't updated the standings yet. I'm lazy. Sorry about that. But yeah, race results on screen, as you can see. Only 8 finishes, I think. Although Midget did get points because he DNF'd on the last lap. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a better race next time out in Spain. And I'll actually manage to get some practice in. But until then, thanks for watching. And goodbye.